Hi my beautiful people, welcome to another video. And on today's video we're pretty much just gonna be doing a trade recap and market analysis on gold, right? So with that being said, today is Saturday 18 July 2026. So I love you guys, and if you're seeing me for the first time, I go by the Henry Trades on Instagram and on YouTube. So if you come across my accounts on Instagram, make sure to follow me because I'm gonna be posting my trades before and after, so you can catch my trade setups and make money. So with that being said, I'm gonna hop on the charts right now and we're gonna do a breakdown. See you. Alright, what's good guys? Welcome to today's video, and on today's video we're gonna be doing a trade recap and market analysis. That's what we can expect to see on gold for the coming week, right? So with that being said, let's get into it. First of all, I want us to get off the charts because I want to explain something to everybody. We trade ICC, right? We trade ICC. What does ICC stands for? ICC stands for indication, correction, and continuation, right? ICC stands for indication, correction, and continuation. This is how the market moves, right? We have a lower low, lower high, another lower low, another lower high, and that's how price moves when the market is bearish, right? So clear everything off your mind, just focus on this, right? This is gonna help you in getting better entries and finding your setups correctly, okay? So this is how the market moves. Let's go ahead and mark our levels. Let's mark up our levels, right? This is a lower high. Boom. Right? This is a lower low. Boom. What is a lower high and what is a lower low? A lower high is pretty much a level of sellers, right? Let's keep it as simple as possible. This is our lower high. Let's just write sellers, right? And a lower low is a level of buyers. So let's just put buyers, all right? So why do I say a lower high is a level of sellers and a lower low is a level of buyers? Because we have sellers at this point pushing price down, and we have buyers at this point pushing price up. So how do we get to know what price is doing? We look for key levels. We look in the market if price is creating lower lows and lower highs, or higher highs and higher lows. If price is creating lower lows and lower highs, it means price is bearish. If price is creating higher highs and higher lows, it means price is bullish. All right? Keep it simple. So in this sense, we're in a bearish market. This is our level of buyers, right? The moment price breaks underneath a level of buyers, it swing low. The moment price breaks underneath this level, this breakout, this is what is called an indication, right? This is what is called an indication. The moment price breaks underneath a level of buyers or sellers, right? This is our indication. What is an indication? An indication is simply telling us that price has the potential to sell or to buy above or beneath a level, right? So once price breaks underneath a level of buyers, this breakout is called an indication. And you already know that this is how price moves. It's going to create a lower low, a lower high, another lower low, and a lower high. The correction is price simply going to create another lower high or another level of sellers, right? It's always going to do that. Just put this in the back of your head that price is always going to create lower lows and lower highs for bearish market and higher highs and higher lows for bullish market. Just put that in the back of your mind, right? So the moment this pullback, this is what is called a correction. This is price simply going to create another lower high, and we can also say this is price liquidating the breakout sellers, those who cheated the indication, right? So the correction is price simply liquidating them, right? Indication, correction. What is a continuation? The continuation is price is simply repeating the exact same thing that it did for the indication, right? Once it comes back underneath this level of buyers. This is where ICC comes from, right? This move, this second move down, this is the continuation. This is when we enter our trades, right? This is when we enter our trades. Okay, just clear everything like completely. Continuation, right? This is when we enter our trade. And most questions I get asked is how do you where does your entry come from? The entry comes from the point where price breaks underneath this level of buyers. So in this sense, this is where our entry is going to be coming from this level, because this was where price break underneath the first time. Once it comes for the second time back underneath this level, this is when we enter, and our first TP is the indication, is the newly created lower low, right? And you guys know that the market is trending, is either bullish trend or bearish trend. So we want to see price keep creating lower lows and lower highs, right? So in this sense, price is gonna break this level to create another lower low, right? This is how ICC comes to play, right? Price is gonna break this level and create another lower low. Okay, boom. Hope that's well understood. So your entry comes from the same spot where price break underneath the first time, and your stop loss is placed on the recently created lower high, right? So you're selling from here, first TP, boom, and we're expecting price to create another lower low in a bearish market, and that's the same for bullish market, right? Please try to keep it as simple as possible. So with that being said, I hope you guys have understood what is ICC. ICC is simply a three-step process of price action, right? Indication, which is the breakout; correction, which is price going to create another lower low or lower high; continuation, which is price repeating the exact same thing it did for the indication. Keep it as simple as possible. Please, if you want to take notes, make sure to take notes right now, because I'm about to clear out everything. Okay, please take notes so we can go to the charts. ICC stands for indication, correction, continuation. First movement, indication, break underneath a level of buyers or sellers; correction, price going to create another lower high or lower low, or price going to liquidate those who traded the indication; continuation, price is simply repeating the exact same move it did on the indication, and we're looking for price to create another lower low or higher high in both sense, right? So please take down your notes. I don't know if I'm speaking too fast, but please take down the notes and keep it as simple as possible, right? So boom, let's get on the charts. Let's hop on the charts. Boom. Okay, let's go on the charts. So this is what I want you guys to understand. If price is to keep being bearish, we definitely have to keep seeing what? Lower lows and lower highs, right? So boom, this was a swing, a lower low, right? This is a level of buyers. From what I just told you guys, we had buyers at this level, right? This was the action from the buyers. They pushed price up all the way to here, right? And as you guys can see, sellers got in control of the market and pushed price back all the way down, breaking underneath this level of buyers. So boom, this was our indication. This move down, this was the first move that price made. Boom. After an indication, what next? Price is definitely going correct, right? Let me scale in even more to like the 15-minute so you guys can see clearly, right? Okay, boom. This is the 15-minute time frame, right? So we can see price break underneath this level, giving us this indication. Boom. This is our indication, right? Once price gave us this indication, we can see price start going for the correction. Boom. Higher, lower high, higher low. If price is to keep being bearish, what do we have to keep seeing? Lower lows and lower highs. The moment price starts creating higher lows, it means price is reversing, right? Higher low, higher high, higher low, another higher high, another higher low. Hope you guys are seeing. Let me mark it out. Higher low, one. Let me make it a little bit darker. Okay, boom. Hope you guys can see it. Okay, higher low, another higher low. Boom. Let's mark it on levels. Another higher low, another higher low. Boom. Let me cut it. Let me take it all the way across. Bet. So as you guys can see, price should keep creating higher highs and higher lows if it's gonna continue to be bullish, right? As you guys can see, price created this higher high and this higher low. What happened? Price fails to create another higher high. Bullish signs, right? Bullish signs. Because if we even scale in even more to like the 5 minutes, boom, that we're on the 5 minute. 5 minutes a bit it's a bit too much. Let's go back to the 15 minute. I saw this move but on the 15 minute. Okay, boom. This was our level. As you guys can see, the moment price starts creating lower lows and lower highs, what is price trying to do? Price is trying to reverse, right? So we can see price creates a lower low, a lower high, and if you guys can see clearly, this was a lower low. Let me take this thing off and let me put this ray. Okay, boom. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. Higher low, price breaks underneath this level. First indication. You guys have to put this in mind. Whatever price does, it has a reason, right? Every little movement price does is for a reason. I'm not gonna lie, I was not super I didn't take this trade at the main level because I was looking at the 1 hour, but the moment price creates another lower high and back underneath this level, this is where you sell. This is where you sell. Boom. This was a level, price break, indication, correct, comes back. This is where you sell. You're putting your stop loss above this level that was recently created. And where is your TP? You're TPing for the newly created low, right? As simple as that. This is like a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio, 1-to-5 even. As simple as that, right? So as this what I got in right around this level because I wanted price to be price was tricky, right? we all know the previous week price was very tricky and it wasn't moving as it was supposed to. So I waited. Once price came all the way here before I sold, and I'm gonna pop up the positions here so you guys can see. I sold, and where I was TPing, let me show you guys where I was TPing, because if we go to the 4-hour, or matter of fact, let's go to the daily. Okay, let's go to the daily. This was where I was TPing. I was TPing for this point down here because this was the next level of buyers, right? This was where I was TPing, but I got out the trade early because of the 5-minute. This was what I'd seen on the 5-minute that made me get out, right? So I know that if prices to keep being bearish, we have to keep seeing what? Lower lows and lower highs. Price solds, boom. You can see price created a lower high, tried to continue selling but failed to do so, giving me an equal level. That's equal lower lows, right? Bullish signs. And the moment price started building back up, because I'd already known that if price doesn't create a lower low and lower high, what is it trying to do? It's trying to create a higher high and higher low, right? So the moment price gave me these equal lows and started going back up, I got up around this point, because I was looking at this point as the newly created lower high on the 5-minute. So this was the point that I didn't want the price to come back above this level. The moment price came above this level, I got out of my positions and I took what I had, right? So with that being said, this was how I managed to catch the trade, right? Please guys, try keeping it as simple as possible, right? This was like an easy 1 to 5, right? Please keep it as simple as possible. Okay, with that being said, I hope you guys have gotten a glimpse, like a little understanding of how ICC strategy works. Please just keep it as simple as possible. And if you don't understand, make sure to rewatch the videos as many times as possible so you can get a full understanding on how we trade ICC. ICC is simply price action simplified in 3 steps, right? Indication, correction, continuation. So this was how I was able to catch the sales on Friday, and I'm gonna pop up the positions before and after. Okay, so with that being said, if you guys wanna take notes or anything, please do, because I'm about to clear off everything. Okay. Boom. I like keeping my charts super clean, right? Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Boom. We're on the 4-hour time frame. Based on this 4-hour time frame, what can you guys see? You guys can see that we also have a new lower low on the 4-hour time frame, right? We also have an indication of 4-hour time frame. Boom. This is our new lower low, right? So this is what we don't want to see. If prices to keep being bearish, we have to keep seeing lower lows and lower highs. This is on the 4-hour time frame. This is a lower high. We don't want to see price break above this level, right? No matter what, price shouldn't break above this level. Once price breaks above this level, that means price is reversing on the higher time frame, right? So boom, we have an indication on price on the 4-hour time frame. Let's scale into the 1 hour, see if we can get more details. Boom, we're on the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, we can see that this is a 1 hour high that caused price to sell all the way down here, right? This is also a level of sellers. If price breaks above this level, price is gonna be telling me that it is trying to go bullish, because if price breaks above this level, it's gonna give me an indication to the upside. I'm gonna wait to see price correct, and once price comes back above this level, something like this is what I'm talking about, right? If we see price for next week break above this level and does something like this, oh shit, and does something like this, boom, another higher low, and then comes back above this level, I'm gonna test the waters and take price back up all the way here, right? Or here, because no matter what, the smallest details that price tell you, it has a reason for it, right? Keep that in mind. Price will not do something if it's not trying to change structure, or if it's a bearish structure, if it's a bearish market, regardless, we have to keep seeing lower lows and lower highs, and at no one point should price break above a lower high if price is bearish, right? Please, I'm trying to simplify this as simple as possible. Please stay with me. This is a lower high that caused price to sell all the way here, giving us this indication. If price comes back all the way up and breaks this level, it's gonna give us a no indication on 1 hour. And what is ICC? Indication, correction, continuation. That is how price moves. If price breaks above this level, we can expect to see like a little pullback, which is the correction. And if price comes back above this level that it break the first time, this is where we enter from here. Stop loss. We're TPing for these levels and these levels. Boom. Hope that is understood. Let's do it. Let's say for next week, if we see price break underneath this level, underneath this higher low, if we see price break underneath this higher low, it's gonna be a no indication, right? Remember, we already have a no indication on the 4-hour time frame. What we're waiting for is for the 1 hour, 15 minute and 30 minutes to also become bearish. Hope you guys can understand. Right now, the 1 hour time frame is bullish, because we can see price has broken above all these low highs, and we can see price has created a higher low, right? Right now, the 1 hour time frame is bullish. Once the 1 hour time frame switches to bearish, that's once it starts breaking its higher lows. What are we thinking of? We're thinking of sells, right? So for next week, if we see something like this, price fails to come any higher, breaks underneath this level, we're gonna see something like this: a break, correct, and then back all the way to this level, right? If we see price do something like this for the next week, this is what you should be expecting, right? Please, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, right? Try keeping it as simple as possible. All you need is swing highs and swing lows, nothing else. Swing highs and swing lows. I trade on a higher time frame. That's why when one higher time frame setup plays, it can play for a whole lot. Like you can play for a day, 2 days, 3 days. That's pretty much how I like trading, right? It's way easier for me. I trade on a higher time frame and pure ICC. That's pure price action, indication, correction, and continuation. So with that being said, if price does something like this, this is what you should be expecting, right? You should be expecting an indication, correction, back underneath this level, This is where we're selling. Once price comes back underneath this level of buyers, our stop loss above the recently created lower high, and our TP is this new low on the 4 time frame, right? Boom. Let's even go more to the 30 minute to see if we can get more details. Boom. Can you guys see how I switch time frames? This is the best way to get like a mastery of what you're doing, right? You can see each time frame has a different view, right? So based on this 30-minute time frame, we can also see that it's still the same thing. Newly created higher low, price is coming back to break to give us a new higher high. But with that being said, let's just see what price does for the coming week. Today it's currently Saturday, July 18, 2026, and yeah, this is current market analysis. With that being said, I hope you guys have understood. I pray you guys have grabbed a little bit, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. And again, if you're seeing my video for the first time, I go by the Henry Trades on Instagram and on YouTube. And please make sure to give me a like, subscribe, and please share to traders who are trying to learn trading for free, right? I do this out of the heart, so please do subscribe, like, and share. With that being said, I love you guys so much. See you guys in the next video.